Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I have a new foundation review for you, one that I am very excited about, and that is the new Good Apple Full Coverage Serum Foundation from KVD Beauty. I cannot wait to try this. It sounds like an absolute dream. In today's video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know about this foundation. I'll apply it with a sponge and a brush on each side of my face so we can compare the differences. I'll show you up close looks of what everything looks like with the light down, and we will be doing a wear test as well to see how this foundation wears throughout the day. If you're excited, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I feel like white is not my color because I can see all of the redness on my face so much more wearing this white shirt, but we'll move past that because all of this redness is about to be gone as the new Good Apple Full Coverage Foundation is a full coverage foundation. The reason I'm excited about this foundation is because it's a full coverage serum foundation, and I tend to prefer foundations that have a very thin texture to them. So thin texture, full coverage, I'm already thinking that I'm going to love it. I got my foundation from the KVD website, and the foundation is in the shade Light 012. I just looked at the website because I'm about to read you their claims on the foundation, and it says coming soon, meaning I think that the early release was maybe a mistake, I don't know, but I bought it. Here it is. We are going to try it, and this way we can try it before it's available, I guess. If by the time I post this video this foundation is available anywhere, you will find the link down below in the description box of this video, so definitely check out the description box for the foundation links. When you shop my links, you help my channel, but we don't even know if this foundation is going to be good yet, so hold your horses, don't buy it yet. Let's see what I think. For reference, I do have very dry skin. I tend to prefer liquidy foundations, and usually I go for a medium buildable coverage because usually full coverage foundations are a bit too thick on me, which, going back to what I said, is what makes me excited about this one, because full coverage and a serum-like consistency sounds like an absolute dream for me. As you can see, I have my eyebrows filled already, but I haven't even moisturized my face yet, so I'm going to start with moisturizer. This is the Tula 24/7 Moisture Intense Ultra Hydrating Day and Night Cream that I've been testing out, and so far I am loving it. I'm trying to see if it's like a good enough replacement for my Magic Cream that I've used for years, and so far I gotta say this one is very close to the feeling of Magic Cream. So I'll definitely keep you updated on this moisturizer, but I have really been enjoying it. It feels so creamy and so hydrating. My moisturizer's been applied, and let's get into this foundation. This is what the outside component looks like. It has a picture of an apple. It says Good Apple, which the Good Apple Cream Foundation went viral a couple of years ago, and everyone raved about it, so I'm having really high expectations for this one, and I am so impressed by the look of this bottle. It looks so beautiful. Check it out right here. It has a glass component with a plastic black cap, and it's beautifully adorned all throughout the outside. It does have a pump, of course, and let's see about this consistency. Let's see what the consistency is really like. Okay. And I would say not as serumy as I expected, but it still seems to be on the light and liquidy side. Like I said, the shade I got was 012, and it does look like it's going to be a good shade for me. And it has, wow, it has a beautiful coverage. Take a look right there. I just used a dab of my drop, and that is how much coverage I got with it right there. So very impressive so far. Here is the description of the foundation on the KVD website. It says Good Apple Serum Foundation is a real mind duck, full coverage with a natural finish, transfer proof, extreme long wear with a lightweight serum feel. It covers everything from blemishes to acne scars, hyperpigmentation, discoloration, and more. You've never seen natural full coverage like this. Why you need it? It has maximum coverage with minimum weight, transfer proof, extremely long wear, pore blurring, natural finish, flexible elastomer pigments, luxe recyclable glass bottle, versatile modern formula in 40 different shades. that will play well with whatever you put under it. It is flashback free, 100% vegan, cruelty free, and non-comedogenic, or however you say that. So lots of claims and lots of very nice sounding things going for it. So let's go ahead and try it. I am going to use a little bit of a pore blurring primer on like specific areas of my face. This one is from Tatcha. It's one of these teeny tiny like perk ones that I got a long time ago, and I actually have used a lot of it, as you can see. So with my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, I'm just going to smooth over some of the pores right in the center of my face. I didn't want to use my Danessa Myricks primer because I want to see all of the coverage coming from this foundation. I don't want to help it with anything else since it is a full coverage foundation, you know? I'm ready to apply the foundation, and I lowered the light to show you what my skin looks like up close right now. As you can see, I have a few little breakouts. It's definitely that time of the month, and Mother Nature came in full force this month. So we're going to cover those, but obviously when you have little breakouts like this, it also raises maybe a bit of texture and whatnot once you put the foundation over it. So I wanted to show you beforehand, and then we will apply the foundation. I have a brush and a sponge. I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk sponge to apply the foundation to the right side of my face, and I'm going to use the BK Beauty 109 brush to apply the foundation to the left side of my face right here. Starting with one pump, and I'm just going to dot it all over and spread it with my finger. Same thing over on this side, just to get a nice even coverage. So now I'm going in with the brush over on this side. The color 012, I think, might have been a good color for me right now since I am so pale. Observation number one is that I don't love this method of application because, and thankfully it was only one pump that I distributed all around. I don't love this method of application because it dries really fast. So I would recommend working one section at a time. So I have a second pump right here on the back of my hand, and I just grabbed some with the brush real quick, and I'm just distributing it with the brush all throughout the left side of my face. This is better. Definitely don't do what I did at first, because I think that just made things worse since the foundation dries so quickly. So now with the sponge, I'm going to do the right side of my face. I think because this foundation is so full coverage and it dries really quickly, I actually prefer to apply it with the sponge. I think I like the more natural coverage on this side a little bit better rather than the very full coverage that I got on the brush side, but that's personal preference. So I'm going to just sponge over this side of my face to see if I can make things a little bit more natural looking by just dabbing over everything with my sponge. Okay, so now that everything is applied, I'm going to lower the light again to show you up close. Here we go. So take a look right here. As you can see on my very dry skin, it dried down right away. And I have a little bit of like dry looking skin over this area of my face. It is a very lightweight foundation for sure. It is very full coverage for sure. The dry down time though is so quick. It does have a natural finish. It's not too matte, but it still is looking dry on me, even though it has a natural finish rather than a matte finish. Like I can clearly see all of this texture everywhere. And on Instagram yesterday, I was looking at a comparison between the Good Apple Cream Foundation and this Good Apple Foundation, and it did say that the cream foundation from KVD Beauty is the one that is going to be better for dry skins, and that this new liquid Good Apple foundation from KVD is going to be better for oilier complexions. So again, I have very dry skin and it is looking a bit dry on me at the moment. We will still see how it wears throughout the day and all of that. I'm about to like finish up my makeup, and I'm sure that after I put some like bronzer and blush on and all of that, things are going to look a little bit better. But I wanted to show you freshly applied that it does look a little bit dry in some areas. So for bronzer, I'm using my Sculpt Tape from Tarte. I've really been enjoying this one. I was so focused on my foundation review, I totally forgot I haven't even put concealer on yet, so we'll do that next. So for my under eyes, I'm going to use my Charlotte Color Corrector in the shade Medium and my Say Beauty Concealer in 1.5. Before I put any powder on, I just went off camera for a second and I was looking very closely with my trusty mirror right here to see what the foundation actually looks like. And I feel like when I was talking about it earlier, I was focusing a lot on this side of my face looking dry right here, which is also the side that has the texture from my breakouts and all of that. But I didn't focus long enough on this side of my face right here, which is the side that I applied with the sponge, and in my opinion it looks so much better. So if you're trying this foundation and you have normal or dry skin, I would definitely go with a sponge, because this side in my opinion looks so much better and so much smoother and so much less dry as well than the side that I applied with the brush. Let me lower the light once again to show you. So see, I was really focused on the texture you can see over here, which, like I said, a lot of it does come from me just breaking out underneath the foundation. However, it does look a bit on the dry side, but I wasn't focusing on this side over here enough, and I feel like this side looks so much better. And this is the side that I applied with the sponge. So to me, the sponge is 100% the way to go. Besides that, I've now had the foundation on for maybe 10 to 15 minutes since I first applied it, and I think that it is kind of warming up to my face a bit. It is looking a little bit better now than when it was freshly applied, for sure. So I am going to go on with a little bit of powder now. I don't want to powder my whole face or anything like that, because this is a full coverage foundation with a natural finish made for oily skin. So I'm definitely not trying to go anywhere near it with powder, but I do want to powder around my eyes so that my concealer doesn't crease. I'm going to use my Pat McGrath Under Eye Setting Powder with my Wayne No. 3 brush and just dab a little bit of this powder right around my eye area. For blush, I'm going to do Rare Beauty in the shade Hope, which is my favorite from Rare Beauty. I'm just going to do like a dot on each side, and then I'm going to blend it with a stippling brush. And this is it as far as my complexion is concerned. This is my finished look. I am going to do eyeshadow and lip, but I'm going to do that off camera. So I'm going to lower the light one more time and show you how it looks like after I've bronzed and blushed and all of that. I did intentionally use liquid bronzer and blush because I didn't want to add any other powder on top of this foundation. And if there's one thing I love about using liquid products is how nice and glowy they make everything look. So you can see the bronzer looks nice and glowy, and so does the blush, which has helped with the dry look that the foundation gave me at first. Again, this is like the bad side. Let me show you the good side, because this side that I applied with the sponge looks so much better as far as the texture and the dryness. I don't have my phone with me right now, but it must be around noon because I started filming this video at 11. So I will be going off camera now to finish up my eyes for a different video, and I'll be back in a few hours to see how this foundation is wearing. I'm back with my makeup finish, and you will see this eye look featured in an upcoming video. It is almost 3 o'clock right now. So this is my 3-hour wear test update. I'm going to lower the light one more time so you can see what things are looking like. Even on the area that I was most concerned about earlier, I feel like things are looking better. It definitely is getting better with time. And on this area here where it looked better from the beginning, because this is the side that I applied with the sponge, I think things are looking nice still. I was very concerned when I first applied it about the dry, patchy looking stuff around my face. But once I realized that the side with the sponge looked a lot better, I feel like that eased my mind a lot when it comes to this foundation. And while at first I was like, oh, this is definitely not for me, not for dry skin, I now feel like I could definitely get away with wearing it, which is what I thought to begin with, because I love thin foundations, and this is truly a very weightless foundation with a fantastic coverage. By the way, I didn't touch back upon the shade that I got, but if we are shade twins, and do keep in mind that it is the winter time and I am much paler than I am other times of year, if we are shade twins though, 012 is definitely the color to go for because it looks amazing right now for my pale winter skin tone. So far I have been absolutely enjoying the way this foundation is wearing. Anyways, like I said, I am a bit less concerned than earlier, and as of right now I am excited to continue to use this foundation in the future because I really like that way that this side looks, and I'm thinking that if I change the way I applied it a bit further, I can make it look even better than it looks today. So I'm going to go have lunch now. I'm hungry, and I will see you guys later for another update. It's now 8:19 and this is going to be my last check-in. I started putting this makeup on at 11 to 12. So I've been wearing this makeup for 8 to 8.5 hours or so. And first of all, I'm dying to take it off just because I want to wash my face. Second of all, I feel like I have my final thoughts on this foundation, and it's definitely not what I expected at the beginning of the video. I complained a lot about the foundation looking dry when I first put it on, which like it did a little bit, especially in this area here, but when I tell you this foundation just gets better and better and better and better as time goes by. I've now been wearing it for 8.5 hours or so, and it looks really good. I don't get it. It truly looks so much better than when I first applied it. I'm going to give you an up close and personal look at it. Remember, this side right here, I didn't apply properly, I don't think. I rubbed it on first. I took too long to start blending it out. I blended it out with a brush on this side, and I feel like all of those things contributed to the foundation looking a little drier. On this side, I did rub it on first as well, but I immediately went on with a sponge afterwards. And so I feel like it gave the foundation less time to dry, plus the sponge application for me just worked much better. This right here is the good side. I'm going to show you both anyways, but I wanted to refresh your memory. This right here is the good application side. Lowering the light and take a look at the foundation. First of all, as you can see, my oils have definitely come through in the past 8 to 9 hours. And so I feel like that's definitely contributed to the fact that the foundation no longer looks dry. Not even in the places where it looked very dry at first. And in my opinion, even though I am looking a little shiny right now, this looks really nice. Let me show you the other side. Our good side right here, of course, looks even better because this was the good side to begin with. So to be completely honest, I think I do really like this foundation. The side that was correctly applied with the sponge never looked dry in texture the way this one did. And even this side right here within the first hour started looking better already. At hour 2 to 3, I was really digging the way my makeup looked, and I have been really loving the way my makeup has been looking all throughout the day since. So overall, if I had to like rank it out of 10, it would be like a 9.5 because I had like a few minutes of like, ooh, maybe this is a little bit dry, and I feel like majority of that was because of me not applying it well or using a brush which just didn't work for me as well as the sponge did. So overall, I do really like it, and I do recommend it even if you have dry skin like I do, because when I tell you my skin is desert dry and this foundation still looks really nice, I recommend it. 8 to 9 hours in, I'm actually a bit more concerned about oily people because a lot of the oils that I don't tend to see often actually came out. Now I feel like if you have normal or combination skin, you're going to be absolutely in love with this one because you're not going to have any of the issues me or someone oily might have. And in my opinion, since my personal preference is a thin foundation, that is the best quality about this one. It looks very thin, which makes it look very, very natural. So yes, it is definitely a yes from me. I know this was a bit of a roller coaster of a video, but I really hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you did, give it a thumbs up and definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I showed you close-ups all throughout the day, so let me know what you think of this foundation and the way it applies and wears. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching today's video. I really hope it was helpful, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.